Hello, everyone. I'm April Rose Diaranda, and I'm your speaker for today. So, have you been wondering why the PNP gets involved in a demolition activity? Well, here's the answer for your question. So, relax, look, and listen. So, today I'm going to talk about demolition. Now, what is the meaning of demolition? According to the definition, demolition refers to the dismantling by the local government unit, any legally authorized agency or person of the government of all structures within the premises subject for clearing. Now, when we say demolition, it is the tearing down or removal of an existing structure in a certain area that is subject for either a new government infrastructure, such as interrelated web of roads, public buildings, socialized housing project, public utilities, flood control, and the like, or to remove dwellings of some citizens that are located in danger areas. Now, what are subject for clearing, or what are the areas subject for clearing? Now we have the sidewalks, public cemetery, garbage dump, esteros, and many more. Basically, these areas are danger areas or areas that when occupied for residential purposes actually poses danger to the life, safety, and property of a person or the entire community. Now, why is there a need of police assistance in a demolition activity? Simply because police assistance in any demolition activity maintains peace and order, protection of life and property, enforcement of laws, and legal orders. Now, what is police assistance anyway? Police assistance refers to the peacekeeping and law enforcement support of the PNP during the conduct of demolition or eviction activity. Now, we have the so-called proponent or the sheriff. So this is the party requesting for police assistance because sometimes a demolition or eviction activity go hostile as what we see on television, and the people that gets evicted creates a certain scenario involving physical violence. That is why keeping peace and order is a must, but the duties of the personnel is just limited to what were mentioned above. And of course, they shall maintain humane approach. So, can I ask for police assistance in a demolition activity without a formal request? No, because according to the POP Manual, Rule 20 of the Demolitions, Injunctions, and Other Similar Orders, Section 1, Role of the PNP in Enforcement of Demolition, the police assistance in the enforcement or implementation of a demolition or injunction order shall be granted only upon a written request of the sheriff and accompanied by a valid order issued by a competent court and when required with written permission from the Presidential Commission for Urban Poor. Moreover, said police assistance shall be coordinated with the concerned mayor before its enforcement. And take note, the PNP contingent will be led by the chief of police and he or she shall ensure the presence of fire and medical teams in the activity area. Okay, so will the PNP officer join in dismantling any structure subject for demolition? Of course, no, for they shall be limited only to occupying the first line of law enforcement and civil disturbance control and shall use only necessary and reasonable force. Now, what if reasonable force has been exhausted? Of course, the officials shall resort to the use of force, but of course, will prioritize human rights. Okay? Now, if you're the proponent, here is how to request for police assistance. So these are the procedures. First, The proponent shall make a formal request for police assistance to the Chief of PNP at the PNP National Headquarters for requests for police assistance in the National Capital Region or the NCR, or to the relevant regional director at the PNP Regional Office for requests for police assistance outside the NCR at least 10 days prior to the scheduled date of the demolition or eviction. Then, the following documents shall be attached to the formal request. First one is a certified true copy of the relevant court order or the administrative order, and a certified true copy of Certificate of Compliance on Demolition or Eviction issued by the chairman of the local housing board pursuant to the DILG Memorandum Circular 2008-43, and a certified true copy of the proponent's formal letter request for assistance addressed to the Philippine Commission for the Urban Poor or the UP Regional Field Office or Pickup Head Office marked as received, and other pertinent information in support of the request. All right. So you that is how you ask for police assistance. You can't just bring the PNP along with you in a demolition activity without a proper request or order. So it needs time, approval, or certain certificates, and of course, formalities. So after you did all the procedures, here comes the pre-demolition conference. So anyway, what is a pre-demolition conference? So a pre-demolition conference is to safeguard the security and well-being of the affected, underprivileged, and homeless families, as well as the representatives of the government agencies and police personnel within the context of demolition and eviction. The PCOM shall ensure that the directives issued by the DILG Secretary to the Philippine National Police. And of course, here is um, here is how the pre-conference worked. So upon the receipt of the formal letter request, the PCOP shall within 48 hours prepare and serve notices to the pre-demolition conference to the following. First is the DILG, then the PNP, Department of Social Welfare and Development, NHA, Commission of Human Rights, or the local housing board of the LGU authorized to cause the demolition or eviction, then representative of the affected families, of course, the landowners, if in case it is a privately owned property, then the proponent, and of course, the relevant court or agency issuing the demolition or eviction order, and concerned government agencies. So next one is the pre-demolition conference shall be convened and conducted by the PCUP at least 3 days or 72 hours prior to the scheduled date of demolition and or eviction. So nothing herein shall prevent the PCOP from convening the pre-demolition conference even before the receipt of requests for assistance mentioned under under the rules, such as if the proponent presents the PCOP with a copy of a demand to vacate or other similar documents. So the PCOP shall preside over the pre-demolition conference and may call the assistance of the agencies as necessary. So before the conference commences, PCOP shall certify the notices of pre-demolition conference were served through the accepted modes of service to all the concerned parties. So if ever the parties will not reach into agreement, of course, there will be no demolition or eviction activity. So that is what a demolition is. And of course, that's all for my report today. I hope you learned something from this and have a great day, everyone. Thank you.